Now what I've done here is I've taken the 4 screws off that hold this whole magneto together. I've determined that somebody must have taken this apart at some point in time, because all of the parts, like the trip mechanism was at 3 o'clock like it was supposed to be. Just seems like this metal cup on the top is just installed 90 degrees off. So what I've done here is I'm going to pull out the whole center of the magneto. I brought it over to my vise. Let's see. Now I'm following the Wico instruction service manual. They tell you to put it in the vise. I took this nut off with a 3/4 inch wrench. It wasn't that hard to get off. Now I'm going to take this whole mechanism off here and try to rotate it 90 degrees. So I carefully pulled off the end, and I'm literally going to just turn it a half circle. Okay, and now I'm going to reinstall it and hope it works. Okay, so you can't take the cap off and spin it 180 degrees because the shaft is flat on one side. Now, if you look on the back, there's a big spring. It's like a recoil spring. And what I found out is that the way the spring is wound, it must need to be wound, say, an extra 180 degrees. So if I put the cap on here ever so slightly so that the bottom of it doesn't engage with anything, I should be able to turn it a half a turn and then push it down and lock it in and reposition my timing mark. Okay, now I've rotated that cup by tightening the tension on the recoil spring in there 180 degrees. So now I have my timing mark right here. Now this is going to be hard to see on this video, but down here there's little dots, which are how you adjust the lag angle. And the dot that's even with this screw says in the manual is 13 degrees. This particular model is supposed to have a lag angle of 10 degrees. The dots are every 5 degrees apart. So if I went one mark to the left, there would be 8 degrees. So I'm going to try to center it between the two different dots and try to get it at about 10 degrees. And then there's 4 screws that go around the edge here. You tighten up those screws and then it should secure that lag angle. There we go. If you turn the flash on, you can see the dots. So see those dots up there? The one even with this screw is 13 degrees. So I'm going to line up my timing mark on here with that and go a little hair to the left, so it's 8, or between 8 and 13 would be 10. Okay, so I've got my lag angle set. It's very hard to see this, but right where this screwdriver is the mark on the coupling, and it's lined up between those two dots, so hopefully we're at 10 degrees. Okay, so now I double check my point gap, and now I'm going to reinstall my end gasket and end cover. Now, after all that work, it actually worked. I got my timing mark right here, and when I put it to right there is when it's sparking. So, let's see if we actually have spark again after I took this whole thing apart. Let's see what we got here. This isn't easy to hold this phone to try to turn this at the same time. Let's see. Ooh, there's a little spark. For sure, it is working. It works. Nice blue spark. Now, we've got our magneto installed and timed properly. Now I'm going to turn over the motor here and see if it gives us some sparkage. Let's see. Almost to the spot. Yep, there it was. Everything's a go. Timing marks are in the right spot on the magneto. Everything is good.